on Smash Mouth Sports. I'm your host, as always, Preston Bailey. Like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you tuning in. There's going to be a lot of hate for Adam Gase today. And I have to say, as much as I hate Adam Gase, he's the donkey of New York. This is a new donkey we've added. Not just a donkey of the day, not just a donkey of the year, or the donkey of 2020. We're going with the donkey of New York. New York is such a big place.
Donkey of the Big Apple.
The Big Apple. Adam Gase. Here is this jerk, and he's a jerk. I'm sorry, but he's a jerk. He's the donkey of New York. He was 0-13. 0-13, right? You're
Correct.
a Jets fan, not you specifically, because I know if I even just say Jets fan, the New England blood pours out of your soils there. Is that right?
Oh, that's 100% right.
So let's pretend, not you, but you, the viewer. Let's pretend the viewer, the guy clicking on this, is a Jets fan. He's already accepted the fact his team is 0-13. He's already gone through that anger. He's already been to the bar. He's already gotten into a fight because he didn't wear his mask. He's already been dragged and beaten out of the bar 13 weeks in a row at Buffalo Wild Wings. Okay, he's already gone through that, or his favorite bar place. He's already gone through that. He's accepted the fact his team sucks, which angers him. But the part of his brain that helps him wake up, helps him go to the dock, helps him go to the store, helps him go to his job, make the calls, he says, at least we're getting Trevor Lawrence. Right, Cam?
Correct.
At least, as a Jets fan, you're getting Trevor Lawrence. There is signs of life with Trevor Lawrence. And I have to say this, and what Adam Gase did, and for my friends and family members, just kind of mute these next 10 seconds. He pissed all over Jets fans. Is that fair to say, Cam?
100%.
He pissed all over them. Because, look, this is about winning. Football's a tough game. It's a sledge. It's a grind. Okay, this is what a lot of people don't realize. But at the end of the day, you're 0-13. You blew it against the Patriots. You blew it against the Raiders. There's probably another game that I'm not even thinking about that they probably blew it. So they could have won 2 or 3 games, but they didn't. Go ahead. What?
Those are the two that stand out.
Those are the two that jump out, okay, that I specifically watched those whole games. And I'm sure there was another game in there sprinkled in that they blew as well. So, the Raiders game, the Patriots game, those are both awful. But the fact is they're now 1-13, and now the dumpster fire Jacksonville Jaguars have the inside track to the number 1 pick. People thought it was crazy a couple weeks ago. I said, what if the Jacksonville Jaguars get Trevor Lawrence? They'll run him too. Oh, that's crazy. The Jets are the worst team we've ever seen. The Jets can't win. This team sucks. They're the oldest running back to ever play. And what do? They beat a very good Rams team.
On the road.
On the road. I have to say, I'm going to link the video in. I did a video a couple days ago. Yes, I was beyond upset because the Rams defense and fantasy screwed a lot of people. Every single major publication had the Rams as the number 1 fantasy defense, and every other publication had Cam Akers as a top 10 fantasy running back.
Correct. It's unbelievable. I mean,
what is Adam Gase doing, Cam? You followed this your time in New England. What is he doing?
He probably knows he's out, and he doesn't care. Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields or whoever is not going to be his quarterback. He doesn't care. He knows he's done at the end of the year. He knows that he's now failed twice as a head coach, and his career is probably over. At least as a head coach, maybe he can find a coordinator job somewhere.
But yeah, he could be a coordinator, sure. But let's go over this. So he's now 1-13, like an idiot. So he's got the 2nd overall pick. Last year they were 7-9, which is not great, but it's not horrible. And then I believe, did he take a year off, or did he go straight from the Dolphins to the Jets?
Straight from Miami to the Jets.
Straight there. Now I've got it right here. You can correct me if your numbers are different. He was 7-9 when he was with Ryan Tannehill. Is that correct?
Correct.
6-10 with Ryan Tannehill, but he had a good season, one good season, 10-6.
Correct, and they made the playoffs. Correct.
So as much as I don't like Adam Gase, when I wanted to say he was the worst coach in the league. I hate to say this, but I look at these numbers, and as much as this is not a pro Adam Gase video, because it definitely isn't, 10, 6, 7, and 7 are not the worst. That's mediocre. So to me, he's a mediocre coach at best. Is that fair to say?
Right.
You broke up there. Say that again.
Right. He's not Matt Patricia. Right. I get what you're saying.
He's not Matt Patricia. He's not. Who's your guy in the Chargers? Anthony Lynn. Yeah. What's he doing? Nothing.
He's probably going to get fired. But
Yeah,
Anthony
he's
Lynn,
going to get fired. Yeah, like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that. By the way, before I go, I do want to ask this because I'm not going to do a whole video specifically about this specific thing. I'm coming over on the radio, and they said that Raheem Morris for the Atlanta Falcons, the interim coach in Atlanta, might actually get promoted to the official head coach.
yeah, there has been some rumors in the last few days that Atlanta will consider keeping him as the full-time coach. Correct.
Now, what do you think about that?
I mean, Atlanta's gotten better under him. I mean, it was a low standard. I mean, and I know they just blew another big lead on Sunday to your Buccaneers. It just feels like it's in the Falcons' DNA. They just blow.
It is in their well. You know what's in their DNA? It's because of the makeup of their team. They've got Matt Ryan, who's finesse and soft. They have Julio Jones, who's finesse and soft. Their whole team, it's all about a show with this team. They're not about playing football. They're all about, let's go to Julio Jones over the top. Let's make it exciting. Let's go to Calvin Ridley. They got Todd Gurley, who I know he's only 26. Todd Gurley is way past his prime. He's lost many steps. Some say 4 steps. He's not the elite back he used to be. And Atlanta needs to regroup. So I do, as much as I'm not a fan of Raheem Morris, I think he's middle of the road. I think he's actually worse than Adam Gase. I do think Adam Gase is a better coach, honestly, than Raheem Morris. I think Raheem Morris is middle of the road. I think that's being generous. But they have played better. What I would do personally, here's what I would do if I was Atlanta owner. I would hire him. He's there. They've played better. You've got a ridiculous amount of money paid to Matt Ryan. You've got a ridiculous amount of paid to Julio, kind of like the Carson Wentz situation. There's no way out of those deals. Matt Ryan, you're stuck with him. Julio, you're stuck with him. You're stuck with those guys. You can't improve your team if you want to. You're realistically, your upside in Atlanta is 7 or 8 wins. So here's what I would say. I would say this. I would say, tell Raheem, if you win 9 games next year or more, you got a 3 or 4 year deal. That's how I would handle this situation.
I agree. Nah, 100%.
I'd bring him back on a 1-year deal. Say, we like what you did as an interim. These 8 or 9 games, we like what you did. We'll give you a 1-year bump. We'll give you the official title. And it's real simple. You win 9 games, we'll extend you. We'll give you 3 or 4 more deals, a traditional deal. But I think this is a unique situation where you give him another year, prove it if you will, instead of firing him. I think that's the best case scenario because just due to COVID and all the other logistics, you're not going to get an Urban Meyer, Nick Saban, Harbaugh, all the guys you want, Andy Reid, Belichick. You're just not going to get one of those guys, right?
That's true. Absolutely.
So like and subscribe to the channel. Anything you want to add to that, Cam?
I think we touched on it. Yep.
Sounds good.